Action.
Hi, my name is Casey and I'm about to demonstrate how to saddle a horse in the Western style. And this is Ruby and she's going to be my helper today. This is a double weave, or a wool pad, or a saddle blanket, whatever you want to call it. It's referred to as a lot of things. It's marketed as a lot of things. And it's used to protect the pad from sweat, which breaks it down. And this just goes up on the horse like this, over the wither part right here. Doesn't go up higher onto the neck, but it goes far enough up that it gives a little bit of room for the pad and the saddle to slide back and adjust a little bit. You check, and you make sure it's even on both sides before you take the pad and place that on top of it. And you don't want to throw this on their back. You want to be as gentle as you can, because sometimes this kind of stuff startles them. If it's windy or if they're just spooky in general, it can startle them. And it can make your experience bad and their experience bad, and that's what we try to avoid. And then you take your Western saddle, which is really high up, and I usually tuck my stirrup and my cinch up onto the horn so that things aren't flopping around when I place it on their back. And you just gently lift this up and place that on their back. And then you want to bring the pads up into the gullet right up here so that the pressure is not on their withers, because that's uncomfortable for them. And you don't want to make this an uncomfortable experience. Ho, ho. And then you walk around. Please do not pick me. And you walk around, you gently lower the stirrup without letting it slap their side, and bring the cinch down. You always let a horse know where you are, because they can't see directly in front of them or directly behind them. Just bring your latigo down, which is this long piece of nylon. It can be leather too. You slip it through the cinch. Slip it back up through the ring. Back down through the cinch. Pull it up, not too tight, but snug enough. And then I refer to this as a rabbit hole. You take this end, so you can see better. Take this end, you bring it up through the ring, like that, towards the shoulder. You bring it around towards the hip, tuck it back through the ring, towards the shoulder again, and then tuck it through the rabbit hole. And you bring your stirrup down. And more often than not, people will use breast collars, which is what this is. And you just want to gently, you don't want to throw it around, because again, you don't want to startle your horse. Bring it across their chest and hook it into the D-ring. And then you just set it on the hole, which fits them best. Tuck your extra in. And then this goes down between the legs, and it hooks to a D-ring on the cinch. Now, she's been sitting here for a minute, so I'm going to tighten this again a little bit. Tighten the rabbit hole. I'm just going to let that sit while I bridle her. Oh. Now, I take the halter off most of the time. Sometimes I leave it. I don't leave them tied with it wrapped around their neck like this, because I don't like it. If they pull back, it can break their neck. And so what you end up doing is you take your reins, and bring it around, and loop that around their neck, and now that's your means of controlling them. Easy. I always take my right hand and I put it up on their poll, which is the bone between the ears, and I just rest it there. I don't push, I don't pinch, I just rest it there. I bring the bit up to their mouth, and if they won't open it, then I place my finger and slide the bit in. And I bring it over one ear and then the other. And I bring their hair out of the brow band. Then I take the throat latch and I buckle that. Not too tight, but not too loose. You want it to where you can fit your hand in between their throat and the leather strap. And check to make sure that the bit's fitting okay and that her tongue isn't over it. And then I take the halter off. Oh, girl. Buckle it on the fence so it's not hanging in the dirt. Oh. Check the cinch again. I'll bring her around so you can see this next part. Oh, girl. I normally pick the leg up and bring it out so that the skin underneath the cinch doesn't pinch. Oh, thank you. And that is how you saddle a horse up in the Western style.